Have you ever felt like the people closest to you, the ones who should protect you, are the very ones who betray you? Imagine the devastation when the ones you trusted most are the ones who leave you vulnerable, exposed to the world. This story begins with a girl whose family did the unimaginable, betrayed her, tied her up, and humiliated her in public. But just when it seemed like there was no hope, a twist of fate came in the form of someone unexpected. Her uncle. What happened next was nothing short of life-changing. If you're curious to find out how this dark and emotional journey unfolds, then stay with me as we dive deep into the story of betrayal, survival, and the strength of family bonds. I've noticed only 98% of you who watch haven't subscribed. Come on, guys, show some love and support. Thanks a bunch to those who have already subscribed. It was a bright, sunny afternoon when it all started. She was just like any other young woman, full of dreams and aspirations. The family that she grew up with, her parents, siblings, and extended family, were her world. She believed in them, trusted them, and loved them with all her heart. But unbeknownst to her, her world was about to shatter. At first, it was small things, unexplained arguments between her parents, the sudden coldness in her siblings' eyes, the hushed whispers when she walked into a room. She thought nothing of it at first, writing it off as family tension, but soon it escalated. She began to notice that the people she loved most were no longer supporting her. It was as if a dark cloud had descended over her once happy home. It wasn't just the emotional distance that started to hurt, but the things that were said to her, hurtful words from her family members, ones that no daughter or sister should ever hear. They made her question her worth, her place in her own home. She felt isolated, invisible, as if her entire existence was being erased by the very people she had relied on. But that was only the beginning. One fateful day, everything came crashing down. It happened so suddenly that she didn't even have time to react. Her family, in a calculated and heart-wrenching move, betrayed her in a way that no one could have imagined. They tied her up in public, subjected her to humiliation in front of strangers, and made her feel like nothing more than an object to be discarded. The whispers from the crowd were unbearable. The judgment in their eyes made her skin crawl. She couldn't understand why her own family would do this to her. How could they betray her trust so completely? How could they treat her like this in front of everyone? The tears streamed down her face, but no one came to help. No one cared. But the pain of being humiliated in front of strangers wasn't the worst part. No, the worst part was the realization that the people she had loved and trusted the most were the ones who had orchestrated it all. They had planned this. They had watched her suffer, and they had done nothing. As she struggled against the ropes, she couldn't help but think of all the good memories they once shared. The family dinners, the holidays, the laughs they shared. It all seemed like a distant memory now, one that had been completely erased by their cruel betrayal. But just when she thought all was lost, something incredible happened. The crowd that had gathered to watch her suffering suddenly parted, and through the sea of strangers, a familiar figure appeared. It was her uncle. He had always been the one person she could rely on, the one person who never made her feel less than. As he walked toward her, she could see the look of pure anger and determination on his face. He didn't hesitate for a second. Without a word, he moved swiftly, cutting the ropes that had bound her to the cruel reality her family had imposed on her. The moment she was free, she collapsed into his arms, finally able to breathe again. Her uncle didn't say much at first. He didn't need to. His presence was enough to offer comfort, and his actions spoke louder than any words ever could. But as they walked away from the crowd, his voice broke the silence. "What they did to you? It's unforgivable," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "But there's something you need to know, something that could change everything." She looked up at him, confused and still reeling from what had just happened. Was there hope left for her? Could things ever be the same again? She wanted to ask, but no words came out. The pain was too much to bear. Her uncle continued, his tone steady but full of urgency. "I've known for a long time. I've seen the way they treated you, but there's more to this story than you know. There's a truth I've kept hidden for years, one that could change your life." She listened intently, hanging on to every word. Her heart pounded in her chest, the tension almost unbearable. What truth could possibly exist after everything that had happened? Her uncle took a deep breath, as if gathering his thoughts before revealing something monumental. Your parents, they've been hiding something from you. They're not who they say they are. You're part of something much bigger, something that could change your destiny forever. The weight of his words hit her like a ton of bricks. For the first time, she felt a flicker of hope in the midst of all the chaos. Could it be true? Could everything she had known, everything she had trusted, be part of a bigger picture? Her uncle's revelation was life-changing, but it also marked the beginning of an entirely new chapter in her life. One filled with mystery, discovery, and a chance to reclaim the life that had been stolen from her. As her uncle led her away from the scene of her public humiliation, she couldn't help but feel a strange sense of empowerment. The betrayal, the pain, the humiliation. They hadn't broken her. Instead, they had pushed her towards something greater. She now had the chance to rewrite her story, to step into a future that was entirely her own. Her uncle promised that they would confront her family, that she would find out the truth about everything that had been kept hidden from her. And while the road ahead would be difficult, full of twists and turns she couldn't yet see, she knew one thing for certain. She was no longer the helpless victim she once was. With her uncle by her side, she would face the truth head-on, no matter how painful. And when she did, she would emerge stronger, more determined, and more capable of forging a new life, free from the shadows of betrayal. This story is a reminder that even in our darkest moments, when we feel completely alone, there can be a lifeline. Someone who steps in to change the course of our lives. Betrayal can be incredibly painful, but it doesn't define us. We are defined by how we rise from the ashes, how we rebuild, and how we continue to move forward in the face of adversity. If you found this story inspiring, or if you've ever experienced something similar, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and stories. And if you want to see more incredible, life-changing tales like this one, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. I hope this story serves as a reminder that no matter what, you are never truly alone. There's always a way forward, and sometimes all it takes is one person to help you find it.